What is it? Well, we'll wait till the show, but it's Chug Life.
Chug Life.
Chug Life, does she?
I figured out. I'm adding another. Got no alligator, no pythons. And I was watching a golf tournament over Thanksgiving. Got a couple other animals to add to that.
Okay. Hey, it's your world, bro. We're just here. All right. You ready? Why don't you go ahead and... you ready, Dally?
Well, someone really messed with this stuff, because not. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, why don't you did it? Look, we're using a bottle cap.
I have to know, because it's now tilted for some reason now.
It's like Tango and Cash with this. And he's like,
look, I'm using
my sight's all off.
I'm using a box here.
How fucking amateur is this?
All right, is it better? Is it straight?
It's straight now.
All right.
All right, ready?
Go ahead and hit that button.
Welcome to the Sneaky Par Show, where amateur hacks try to balance shitty golf between careers, dating, marriage, and everyday life. Over to you guys. 4!
You know, I almost thought about getting a new intro for season 2.
I think we should.
Yeah, we might have to change it up a little bit.
It's good to hear that again. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Just do like Cardi B WAP on the beginning.
That's too advanced for us here at Sneaky Par.
I don't know who that is.
Cardi B has a song called WAP. WAP or
WAP.
WAP. So
You've never
How
heard
do you
it?
spell it?
you know.
WAP?
Wet ass.
Oh, okay.
You've never heard it?
Uh-uh.
I can't
been
wait for
around
you to hear this after.
So she's singing a song.
It's her and Megan.
Megan the Stallion.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
it's
The
it's
best part
interesting.
is that, what is it? Ben Shapiro said, I talked to my wife and she never ever had WAP before. And everyone's like, you really?
Yeah. Ben, you might not be saying that.
Don't.
Oh, this is not good.
Oh, geez.
There's a good start to season 2.
Yeah, well, welcome to season 2. We're back. It's been a couple weeks, and it feels good to be back in the studio with you guys. So good seeing you.
And I learned something already today. This is what I like about the podcast.
Hey, every day
I learn about golfers and artists.
pop artists.
I'm so excited for you to hear the song.
You're gonna be. I think Brian's gonna be very disgusted, and he's gonna think of his daughter and be like, "Absolutely not." But we got Daddy D back in the studio. We got ChiTown in the studio. We got Dally AV on his second gumball head of the day. Lot of logistical issues here in the start of season 2. We COVID is made its way, unfortunately, into the Sneaky Par family. Daddy D over here.
You're welcome.
You know,
Making the team stronger.
Yeah. Boosting our immune system. So he took one for the team. He's over his COVID. Challenge we're having with Daddy D is, why don't you let the fans know?
What challenge?
You can't taste or smell anything still.
Yeah. The good news is, I think it came from a little gathering that I had, I admit it, for the Masters.
I think it was more than a little gathering.
There was 6 people.
I thought it was over 10.
No.
Okay.
No.
You're in the middle.
You followed the rule. Was it 6? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
At one time, somebody came over, made it 7, and left. But not because of COVID.
There it is. Super spreader.
He dropped COVID and left.
And then Monday, I woke up like I was beat down, just tired, exhausted. Didn't feel bad. And then I was tired. And then went through the entire week. I'm like, well, whatever that was, it's over. And I'm like, well, I don't know. I guess I'll keep going. And that Friday, I was working, and I fixed lunch at my house, and I couldn't taste a thing. And I'm like, well, there it is.
There it is.
So I'm glad it came in that time, because I probably would have gone home to my parents for Thanksgiving.
And if you'll notice, Daddy D is drinking a little tequila on the rocks. He's figuring, why put empty calories in my system if you can't taste it?
And if you're here to get drunk, it doesn't matter. So
Smart.
So what was Thanksgiving like then?
I just sat at home. I've been in my house for 3 weeks.
Yeah, brutal.
Yeah. It wasn't that bad, but I see what. I was supposed to go home, didn't. It is not the end of the world.
One of my favorite single moves for Thanksgiving.
I had a turkey sandwich.
That you couldn't taste.
Yeah, that good taste.
Cold cut. Subway got a turkey sandwich.
You couldn't taste. It wouldn't matter. I said one of my best single moves for Thanksgiving was ordering Illuminati's half-baked pizza Wednesday before, and then having that on Thanksgiving and watching the 3 football games.
Do you still do that?
Wait,
No, I tried.
that was pre-family.
Single guy. He said.
No, he did it when he had a family.
So when it was just Faye and I, yeah.
Oh, before the kids got it.
But so this year, no family was coming over, so I hinted at, hey, why should we have a traditional Thanksgiving? Why don't we just do this? We got shut down immediately.
So you had to make a full 19
So we go to Whole Foods and get a turkey. Of course, they only have 17 pounds. Great. I'm gonna eat turkey for the next 2 weeks.
Nice. Well, if you'll notice what we kind of released from the merchandise standpoint before the end of season 1, we have sample of the Daddy D camo trucker hat.
Not finished yet, but it's getting there.
So for the people who have ordered it,
Prototype.
thank you.
Prototype.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
And I'm happy we got a sample because it's about, what, 90% there. It's
Yeah.
just not 100%
Small
where we want it.
changes.
So we got some small changes. You guys can kind of see. Maybe we'll zoom in on it and show you what it looks like. But, we got some patchwork to do. We got we're going to go with a different hat manufacturer, but it's going to have the same look to it. So it's going to be good.
Reminds me of those baseball cards that had a little irregularity in it. So there's only a couple of those hats released, and now they're like collector's items.
That's one of one.
Yeah, there you go.
It might as well say fuckface right on the front.
Nice. Bottom of the bat, like it. He knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we had this guy order
who
from.
who was the player?
Billy Ripken.
Ripken.
No, there's a
Cal
Dale.
Ripken.
No, Dale
No, it
Murphy.
was Billy Ripken.
Oh,
was
it was
his
Billy
brother.
No, but Dale Murphy had the air card too.
No, but I mean the fuckface one.
Oh, the fuck!
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
I thought you were
yeah.
talking about the air cards. So we had a bunch of people order them, which is great. We had this guy from Florida. We don't know if we know him or not. His name is Garrett Morris, and we know the Morris guys from them. And he I said, hey man, we sold out of the first batch, and then we did, and then we basically had to order more, and that's the sample that came from it. So they got it wrong, but I don't know if I know this kid.
Garrett Morris, yeah.
Because our buddy Derek has the Morris family from Southern Illinois, and I'm like, hey man, sorry for the delay. I'll give you a knit hat. He's like, man, I live in Florida. I don't need a knit hat. I'm like, good point. Good point, Gary. So I'm gonna ask him if we know him.
But what part of Florida? What course?
think he's
And
in-
can we come there tomorrow?
I'll hand deliver.
Yeah. We need to get out of Chicago in the wintertime.
Oh,
It's
dude,
fucking-
it's coming from Darren.
It's getting nasty out here. But
I've been going to the range every week.
I saw that. Is the swing improving?
If I hit the ball like I did the last time I went, like the last half bucket, I think I can break 100.
There you go.
Yeah, with that.
Really?
with
Wait,
that
what
ball
range do you
flight.
go to? Diversity?
Yeah.
I've been getting some invites. I mean, obviously COVID didn't let me, but for next week, and I'm looking at the weather. I'm like 45. So that was one of my questions for you guys. What's your limit? I mean,
I used to say 55, and I've lowered down to 50 degrees.
To go golfing?
yeah,
Yeah, 50 is mine.
because I said no.
And it's
I
gotta
actually
be sunny too.
I actually put my clubs away.
Did
They
you?
are
They're
away
done.
in storage.
I was watching the LPGA tour today. They're playing in Texas, and it's like 30 degrees, and every single one of them looked miserable.
Yeah.
They had full winter jackets on. They would go ahead. They'd take it off, hit the ball,
Yeah.
put it right back on, zip it up. Looked horrible.
You know why? The people that are playing those tournaments now need that card. They're all fighting for that card.
I
They're
hate
on
to
the
be
bubble.
that. I hate to be that guy because we getting out and playing this time of year in Chicago could be a blessing, right? But I'm like, I'm good. I'm too spoiled of playing nice courses in good weather, and I'm like, no, I'll play Tiger
Play
Woods
some
or
nice
something.
virtual courses.
Yeah. Well, that's going to be a topic on one of our future shows here.
Yeah,
Simulators.
so that's great lead-in, Brian.
what I do.
Originally, we wanted season 2 premiere to be in a place a friend of ours of the show has places in Milwaukee area that we're going to broadcast live from there. The COVID's got us, got them too.
Yeah,
so
it did.
We didn't want to wait another week before we put something out. So consider this a pre-premiere. As next week we will be live.
We'll see how it turns out.
Yeah, well, hopefully we'll be up there. Who knows? But I think
don't
Brian
think you
will be
need to
joining
say-
us virtually, though.
I don't think you need to say pre-premiere. I think you can just say premiere.
Premiere to the
No,
premiere.
this is the pre-premiere, and then next week will be the premiere.
Because we're going to do it.
gotcha.
We
All
want
right.
to do the opening there, but we're working
Yes,
on it.
I will be observing virtually.
Okay, well, we'll make that work. I'm not going to do the numbers today because I got a little special treat for next week.
Oh.
When we're going to go over the numbers and
Interesting.
talk about it. So I wish you were there, Brian, with us.
What am I supposed to wear?
Well, guys, we're in Q4. We're in the last month of well, not for us, but most
Yeah,
people are in the last
pretty
month
close
of Q4 for Brian. So, he's got lots of deals to close. He's got lots of updates to give. I'm sure you're asking the team for updates almost daily.
Lots of pipeline to generate.
Nobody better be golfing right now.
No. Yeah, and that's a good thing about winter.
50% of the deals are closing the quarter or found in the quarter. So we're going to come next week, hopefully with a lot of heat. We try to get a bunch of guests lined up today. They all want to come on, and then when we ask them to commit, and like customers,
You know
they
who you
run
are.
away. Yeah.
You know who you are.
They say, "Oh, I can't come today. I can come next week," and then next week comes, "Oh, I can't come." So,
We have some good people coming.
yeah, we do. We have some really good people, some different types of, I think, opinions,
And it's getting out there
It
to some
is.
people that even might be more interesting.
One of our guys that was on one of the episodes that was sitting to my right was wearing his Sneaky Par hat on a patio in Chicago, and some guy walks up, "Hey man, I love that podcast. It's great." Some random dude.
Really?
Yeah, I should you
kidding.
know.
No
He sent us the text after he was
Yeah.
on the episode.
He did say that.
And I go, "Do you know the guy?" He's like, "I have no idea
Yeah.
who the dude is."
Walked up to him, saw it.
No kidding.
So you know what? You might want to get in early, kind of like a startup company. You know, maybe we'll give you some options in Sneaky Par. I think
Yeah.
strike price is about $0.25 right now.
Memorabilia options.
Yeah. So no, but it's been good. We got it. I feel like we're gaining momentum. I figure it's going in the right direction. Golf though's kind of a little dead right now. I know they got that
not for
term.
Brian, bro. He's probably watching all the LPGA.
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually over Thanksgiving, there was a European tournament, and it was in South Africa. I'm like, oh, see, I like watching it. So I like to go to South Africa. Look
Have
at
you
it.
been to South Africa?
No. So
But you like go. Okay.
like this.
I like to go there, so I kind of go there, and watch it on TV. So this golf course, first of all, it's Leopard Creek. So now I'm like, all right, I already don't like the name of it. Yeah, and it's literally a helicopter ride from Madagascar, 4-hour drive from the Serengeti. Yeah, and then the whole time, they're just showing leopards, lions, alligators, and I'm like, what is going on? Right? If your camera is zoomed in on this, like, they have to be relatively close. Like, these are lions.
No, the zoom's pretty good on cameras these days.
And then they're showing the overhead view,
Yeah, Brian,
and I'm like,
I'm 100 yards away right now.
With our equipment that we have in technology.
With our ghetto equipment, I'm sure they're just fine.
And that beer bottle.
Yeah.
they're showing.
For those who obviously can't see, we have a beer bottle top and a video capture card box, evening out our tripod over there. So we're really
This is professional.
Welcome to season 2.
with the ranch dressing in front of it.
Yeah, with an open ranch dressing.
And so there's a drone or whatever. It's giving you the bird's eye view, and there's a couple of houses and neighborhoods around it and everything, but there's no fence around the golf course. I'm just like, if you're showing me videos of lions, like I don't like.
Yeah, but
there's
are
no
you
way.
sure
Shaitan
they're
will
close
not
to
be
the golf
playing
course,
them.
or it's kind of like a B-roll where they
I don't
cut
care.
to it before?
They are within striking distance as far like I saw the movie Ghost of Darkness.
I never heard of that.
No?
You know Val Kilmer?
I haven't seen
Oh,
it.
yeah. It's a great movie.
You gotta watch
Is
it.
it good?
Fantastic movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Michael
Real-
Douglas
True
also.
story too.
True
Oh,
story.
really? Does he get eaten by the lions?
I don't want to ruin it for you. I don't want to ruin it for you.
Yes,
Yeah.
please don't ruin
But
it.
like, if there's no fences or anything, it's like there's literally just like lions and there's leopards. It's called Leopard Creek. There's and in the creek there's alligators. It's just like, my God, that'd be the last place I golf at.
So you will not go.
No,
So you love South Africa, but
If
you're
they-
not going to go.
If they want to fly us private to play this course because we're such a big podcast, you're not.
it'd be a great, amazing race to see somebody do the race like in a golf cart from that golf course to the Serengeti. It's 4 hours away, and to see if they can make it. I'd sign up for that. I'd sign up for watching that amazing race show.
I mean, part of me wants to go golfing with Brian in either Florida or Arizona, where there's like
On
these.
New Orleans? When we were out there?
Oh yeah, like just to
Gators
see
are
him
there.
just like flip out and just leave
What
the
about?
golf
And
course.
speaking of Florida, what about the 13-foot gator that was spotted eating a duck?
Just watch that video. That was insanity.
Yeah, like
So duck hunters sometimes are in boats. I don't know if they were in boats or on the land, but if they're on land and that thing is in there and they're that close, no, I mean, I don't know about that.
yeah.
And I
I
mean,
don't know what's going on out there.
Crazy stuff. So I was looking through our feeds, and obviously we follow a bunch of golf places. And I think one of the things we mentioned is I have not listened to a golf podcast since we started this. Actually, even before this, I've not listened to golf podcasts. I don't think you guys have either. But I get some of the highlights that go through. And Ricky Fowler was on the Subpar podcast, and he was just talking about him playing with Jordan. So my question to you guys, and I think I have this right, is how many strokes does Ricky give Michael Jordan?
This is where that whole app is. You guys have to be the same USGA handicap app.
Yeah, but
No,
he-
Ricky's
he gave
probably like a
legit
plus
number.
5 or
Yeah.
plus 6. So how many strokes do you think he gives Jordan? Just and what would you say in 18 holes?
I know the
What do you
answer.
mean? What
I
do you
know
mean
the
he's
you know
answer.
the answer?
I mean,
No, that's
what do you mean
he's
he's
better
plus
than
five?
he's
So
better
plus
than
5. So
Scratch.
like if you're like I'm like a minus 11 index.
what's Jordan?
Oh.
so?
What's Jordan?
Oh no, that's what I'm.
Oh.
Just stay. I mean, just give me a guess, guys. This isn't difficult.
All right.
If
So
I-
on his home course,
on Jordan's home course.
I heard he's money on his home
Oh yeah,
course.
so I'll get into that.
Okay. So
35.
35.
In 118. Okay, go ahead.
What? 35 strokes?
35 strokes. Jordan.
I don't know how good it is.
Oh, Jordan's like a 1.
Yeah,
Two.
he's a six.
Yeah, I'm telling
I
you,
was
they're
gonna say
saying
nine.
he's like
I
a
was gonna
scratch
say-
golfer now.
I was going to say 9.
Okay, 8.
Okay.
So Ricky gives Jordan 8 strokes. So think about it. that is so difficult for a guy like Ricky, giving Jordan 8 strokes on
was
his
10
home course.
strokes.
Was it 10?
Yes,
Okay,
10
it was either
strokes.
8 or 10. So 10 strokes he gives Jordan, which means, though, he said that this Jordan's course, he designed it himself. And Ricky goes, the farther you hit the ball, the fairway is like narrowed out. So you don't want to be hitting it 320, 330. Jordan, who maybe hits it like 280, 290, is where it is. So they said that Jordan set this course up to favor, which I think is amazing.
To gamblers.
To
God
gamble.
bless him.
And think about it, like Ricky's, if he's giving Jordan 10 strokes, and Jordan's a scratch golfer, I mean, Ricky's got to shoot 62, 63. So, he's got to have at least 5 or 7 birdies. And I
Really
guess
surprised he's a 1.
they called this, and I know he said he can shoot like 72, 73, but they call it, I think Slaughterhouse 23 is kind of the
I
nickname.
did read that.
Yeah, for it. So that was
Yeah.
that was a very interesting couple of snippets
Man, I'd
from
like
that.
to watch that. That should be like they should
That-
put that on
yeah,
TV.
but
He has to
Jordan
be a
loved it.
riot to golf with Jordan.
Oh
You
man,
think so?
No, I bet you it's like so intense that it might not even be fun. Right?
Bullets don't
disagree.
break.
I think it'd be great.
I have to find out Johnny if he's a 1.
If he's one, yeah. No, I think it'd be great to join, but I don't think he won't, because he seems like the type that when he gets down and then you start talking shit, he's like, all right, we're gonna play for fucking 50 grand the whole. Like he just would just come over the top of you every
Exactly.
time and just.
How much would you pay to golf with Jordan?
Oh gosh.
How much would I pay?
Yeah.
Like 18 in the cart, just him and I, or like a 4.
Oh, foursome. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
I'd pay quite a bit.
Like $5,000?
Yeah.
So,
Really? You pay-
Yeah.
So here's the question: how much would you pay to play Augusta?
Oh, well, that's been a question with Carl. And
How much would you pay?
Like 10?
I'd probably go 10. How much to play Augusta with Jordan?
50.
Which
Which I
well,
don't have.
you would think Jordan would be able to get you on. They're part of the package,
He can
right?
play whenever he wants.
Yeah, but I don't know.
You think Jordan's a member of Augusta?
No. I think you'd know.
You don't think Jordan's been asked
But he
to
can
go
go
on the
there anytime he
match?
wants.
Like, I mean, come on. If Jordan went on the match, that'd be one of the highest rated things. Or
Yeah.
golf, not
You
even
know
golf,
what the
of any
match is,
sport.
right?
Yeah,
Sure.
that'd be actually a good one.
I know.
I'd
That's
love
what we're
to see
saying.
Jordan
Like
match.
it should be him. It should be like Phil and Barkley versus Tiger and Jordan.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's where him and Charles bury the hatchet.
I got an idea for the next match. Me and Tiger Woods' kid. I think I can take him.
Oh, you mentioned that. I don't think you can.
I think
You're playing from the up tees. You're playing for whites.
No, we're both playing from the whites.
Oh.
I think I can
You're
take
going to
him.
get him on distance there.
There is no way you could beat Tiger Woods' kid.
I don't think so.
I don't think so at all.
So okay. I
We'll
think
get
I
it
can.
set up. We'll get it set. Daly,
So how do-
write
how
that
do you-
down.
Yeah. We'll
So like we'll
put that on
watch.
our
So his
to-do list.
so there's a father son golfing thing
Yeah.
coming up. Whatever. So I guess we'll see whatever. We'll keep track of what he scores if he's shooting from the junior, and we'll apply that index.
Yeah.
Apply it to mine. We'll see if he were to move back there.
Well,
if I would
that's
beat him or
the
not.
thing. Like his index is based on the tees that he plays, and I don't know if there's kids.
Right,
tees
but
he
you can
plays.
take that and apply it to the
No,
white,
correct.
right?
But here's the challenge with that, and we have this at our club, is that when the club championship happens, and you're in the so my flight was like 8 to 12, and somebody who's an 8 to 12, so somebody that's a 9, but he's a 9 from the whites, not the golds where I play, he's still in the club championship, has to play the golds.
Yeah.
So they don't adjust your handicap, at least we don't, for that championship, depending on what tees you play. So if I played the ladies' tees and had a 9, or sorry, the forward tees, and I was a 9, I would be in the club championship playing from the golds as a 9. So you're really at a disadvantage
Yeah.
if that's the case. They should adjust for it, but I don't know if there's really any way you can do
no
that.
good way.
I don't know.
How
All
old
I'm
is
saying
this
is you
kid
could do
now?
the
How old
math.
is Tiger Woods' a kid now? Is
He's 11.
11?
Yeah,
He's pretty good.
I think he's
I
gonna
can
beat
take
you,
him.
sure.
He's a smoke killer.
He's got a
Actually,
great
they have
looking
his
swing.
scorecard where he shot like 5 under on like 9 holes. I guarantee it will show you like what the distance is.
Oh my God,
like
sure.
easy courses, like the pin,
Easy.
the junior,
Brian,
the pins right in the
Brian,
middle.
If you played a course with no trees and every hole was 360 yards
Hey,
straight
I've been
down the middle, you
practicing
still wouldn't fuck
I've been
up.
practicing every week, and I can take that 11-year-old. I'm telling you.
Full of shit.
I finally realized why you're at the range. You're just trying to beat Tiger's son.
Look
I
how
will beat
determined
Tiger
Brian
Woods'
looks on the range. I'm taking down
What would
Tiger's
happen?
son.
What would happen? Is he would win the.
He wears red shirts on
Yeah,
Sunday.
He would win the first hole. Schuler would be all intimidated, and we go down from
Yeah,
there.
yeah. The little kid talking shit to him.
Yeah.
Because they were saying
Supposedly,
JT.
yeah. Justin Thomas said that he's
yeah.
a shit talker, just like
He
his
just
dad.
Brian, you would just he would shit talk you and be
you
whooping your ass,
crumble, yeah.
and you would just be like, "Well, listen up, you little shit, Santa Claus." Isn't it?" You would like just
Yeah, just go for the juggler.
Yeah.
Like, guess what? Your dad
Oh, yeah.
cheated on your mom.
That's exactly where I would go. There's so much good Tiger Woods
Yeah.
stuff. I'm crying. I would guarantee I either win or his kid cries by the time
Yeah,
he's 18
exactly.
or
How would you
18
get a 7-iron
goes
upside
over.
your head like your mom did your dad?
Jeez, that's well. Speaking of Tiger, they have 2 documentaries that came out. So one was on ESPN,
Watched it.
which I watched, and I didn't know it was going to go that route, but it was still very
The
good.
puff piece.
No, it was an hour. It was basically how he's America's son.
Yeah.
But it's more how he's like African American's son, which I get. This totally makes sense. And then the new one comes out on HBO in January.
Yeah, that's the one.
I don't know what that one's.
That one's gonna go into
yeah.
his like.
everything.
I think
Yeah.
that one is gonna try to trash him. But
But they kind of trashed him a little bit on the ESPN one.
which one has a racial draft? With
The ESPN one has that one on
Chappelle
there.
and Bill Burr. Like,
Because they
Bill
were-
Burr is one of my favorite comedians
Yeah.
in the world. And that
When you ever see him, you
That
just start
was
laughing.
hilarious.
Yeah, he's the best. But no, I mean, it's worth a watch. And then obviously, the one coming up is going to be a great one. HBO always does fun.
Oh yeah, if you're on
stuff.
HBO, it's gonna be a serious stuff.
Yeah, it's going to be swearing. It's gonna have all
They're
the
gonna
dirt.
go deep. Yeah, they're gonna go deep there.
so when's that come out?
It's in January sometime. I don't know if they came out.
Wait,
with
was
the date.
Tiger? Did he approve the HBO one? Because that makes a big difference.
I don't know.
Yeah, I bet you he's not. I bet you it's not Tiger.
It's like everybody but Tiger.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
Fluff and.
Oh, it's
his-
Stevie Williams.
Oh no, who's that? Who's
Like the
Hank
Hank
Haney? Who's
Hank
just
Haney,
angry
yeah.
at
Like
life?
Hank Haney book?
Jeez, yeah, that is crazy. So, it's like you're delivering Doctor 3, 2, 1, push.
3, 2, 1, cut his brains out.
So
So
Brian, just in the little break we had to refill our drinks, he heard WAP for the first time. Brian, first impressions of WAP.
Greatest song.
Female version of Two Live Crew. Like,
What, Misa
but
Honey?
like worse. Yeah. Like that was something like I've never heard before.
You know what we should have done is
Yeah, Brian went through puberty a second time after that.
Brian didn't blink his eyes while listening to that song.
why didn't
There are
we?
so many things in that song that I had no idea what they were talking about.
We should have put the camera right on Schiller's
Yeah.
face.
Oh, you did zoom in on it?
We should have secretly recorded
No, we
it.
should. If I had my laptop, we would take the camera, put it on Brian while he watched the video. Or we could do it with the phones too, while he watched the video, just to get his little take on it. But
Thankfully, I had Darren there explain to me what was going on in the song.
do you think how old your kids?
It's scary that my kids could come across.
but how
it on
old
the
are they?
internet.
How old are they?
8 and 6.
8 and 6. So do you think they've ever heard of that song or heard other kids talk about it, or
Not
Not that young.
not that?
Probably
I don't know.
not.
They go
Yeah, I think you'd be surprised. I mean, with,
Well, they would have probably maybe heard the edited version.
what's 8 years old is what grade?
third.
Yeah, I'm trying to think when I was in 3rd grade. Like,
I mean, it's on mainstream, but it's like edited, so you wouldn't know the full details of it.
Yeah. I mean, I have the internet, Alexa. I have all that stuff locked down
I bet.
pretty well.
they can get to like.
How do you survive?
Yeah.
I can imagine that your kids could probably get to like 3 websites, like BrianSchiller.com.
They can get to soccer,
SneakyPar.com.
basketball, and
Yeah.
baseball. Those are the 3 websites they can get to.
Man, the tequila's so good.
Yeah, you look more peaceful with the tequila with the 1 cube in there.
That's some of my favorite tequila. Casamigos.
Casamigos, yeah.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
I've heard it's
He
good.
doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't know.
I think
he doesn't know how
I
good
heard,
it is.
I heard some, from some
That
friends.
could be water for all you know.
Yeah, yeah.
The price tag said it was good, so
Nice.
it wasn't that bad.
So I was listening to. I knew you guys follow Corporate Bro.
Yeah.
So
Is that Instagram?
yeah, so he's a funny guy, and one of the girls we work with knows her best friend is like great friends with this guy, whatever. And I'm just like, his videos are really. Have you want to talk about Brian or no?
I have no idea.
He
who
basically
Corporate Bro
makes
is.
fun of salespeople.
Oh,
He was a sales guy, and he makes fun of like sales managers and SDRs and this whole like the whole sales process in general. It's actually pretty funny.
Corporate Bro is jealous because he doesn't have an expense card. That's why. Go on.
But I was thinking about like I was watching it, and then he had a big beef with the Barstool CEO. I don't know if you saw that, but she shared a prospector who reached out to her in LinkedIn or an email saying, "Hey, your company, just a standard prospecting email." And the CEO of Barstool shared it with everybody, saying like, "Hey, if you want to get my attention, like this isn't how to do it," and posted her name of who it was. So I guess
Oh, they doxed her.
So I guess Corporate Bro's like, hey, just started like
Yeah.
lighting him up and sent his little people to theirs, being like, that's fucking rude. Like people are out here trying to,
Yeah.
Granted, he makes fun of it.
What
but
did
he's
the email say? I'm just curious. Like, what did
it's
she
on
like
there.
about it?
it was a standard prospecting email. It wasn't anything of like it almost looked like it was auto generated
Yeah.
email. But she put the girl's name on there, and Corporate Bro's big thing was like, if you would have done it without calling out the girl, then it would have been okay. So he went on the podcast and they, talked it out. I don't think it worked out too well, but I think that if the idea was to get their attention, like it definitely worked.
There's no such thing as bad publicity.
No, not at all. So, look, long story short, was thinking about the Corporate Bro and what he does, and I wanted to ask you guys we've done so many golf outings with customers and prospects and all that kind of stuff. Like, you're kind of 2 types of golfers that you see when customers come to golf outing, because if a customer's like, I'm a big golfer, like, oh, I'll take a golf, and you never know what to expect. Is the guy showing up in jeans and sandals with an untucked T-shirt? Is he coming in looking great, saying he's a 2 and he's hacking it up? Like what? Oh yeah. There's always that fear of when you ask a guy to come golf, especially at a country club. It's very hard to be like, all right, I need a collared shirt tucked in. Like, you gotta do this, this, and this. Like, what type of stereotypes have you guys seen?
Well, what would you put? How much would you guys put up with to get that sale?
Oh, a lot.
Yeah, I think,
we've done it.
Yeah.
We do it on a regular basis.
Yeah.
I pulled a cart through the entire 18 holes at Black Sheep for a deal, and
You pulled his cart?
No, like literally like the pull cart.
Yeah.
Right. It was like hills and everything. It was horrible.
Oh, for yourself.
Horrible. Yeah, for myself.
Yeah.
And except for 3 holes, I had to like around.
Oh yeah, you told us that you just stopped.
Around like hole 12, I had to stop. I couldn't do it anymore, and I couldn't golf. I was just too tired. I had to take a rest for 3 holes, and that customer never talked to me again.
Well, that's the thing. If you show up to the course and the guy's like, "All right, hey man, let's carry our bags 18," and you're just like, "What?" And you kind of have to carry. You're not gonna ride in the car while he's carrying his bags.
Sounds horrible. Why don't I pay for a caddy for both of us?
Yeah.
Good point. Good point.
Yeah. I mean, my buddy once said, he goes, "It's not gay if you get the PO."
I like that. That's a good.
We were at the charity outing the other day, and I was thinking, like, who was it? Oh, my buddy's son was going to go play with us, and we got to his house. And he's like, "Dad, what should I wear?" I'm like, "Go put on a golf outfit." It's kind of cold.
Yeah.
It was during in October, and he's like, "I don't got anything to wear. I'll just wear sweatpants." I'm like,
see.
So and then this guy's like, not like it. He goes, "Oh, I'm going to keep me for my shoes or whatever." I'm like, man, I don't know. It's a charity event, and there's some good golfers there. So when I went home for it. And then I got there, and people were wearing jeans, hillbillies from Southern Indiana. I'm like, you're good. Not a big deal.
Well, that's what's scary is like if they show up in like not the right outfit, not to sound like like that, but you're like, all right, well go in the pro shop, pick out what you want, I'll buy it for you.
There's just unfortunately there's rules in place in some of these places.
So that's a good point. So I mean, usually the tournaments or whatever, the scrambles are for charity, right? So so you have that customer buy me something from the golf shop, right? Which. Like, okay, fine. And then like you also have the customer where like there's always like, oh, you can buy extra strokes, right? It's per person, right? And so like they're like, yeah, it's like they want to win, so then you have to buy. It's like an extra $100, to buy all that kind of stuff. Then you get to the holes. There's extra stuff there. Like, you got a point. Like it's basically like an extra like $500.
Yeah.
Like you have to you have to
you've talked about
account for
when you bring a couple foursomes out for work.
Yep.
Oh geez, yeah. I mean, if I bring 2 foursomes out for work, it's easily $1,600 to $2,000.
But
to do it right.
Yeah, but none of that bothers me. What bothers me is when like we pull up to the halfway house or whatever it is, and ordering drinks and everything, and they ask for whatever Casamigos, and it's not on like the free list. Oh, yeah. And then you have to buy it.
Yeah.
And they look at you like
I'm like $600 right now for you.
Where's the Louis the 14th?
And like cigars are never included, so you got to buy those.
Oh yeah, that happened before.
And then they look at you like, "Is it cool, man?" And you're like, "It's cool if you give me the fucking PO." Yeah, I think you have those certain customers that always go to events and always go to the free stuff, and then you have the ones that, hey man, like I don't want to. When a customer says, "Hey, I don't want to go take you up on that because we haven't really bought anything from you," you kind of appreciate that. But the golf events are different because you got to balance out the foursomes if you're doing like a big event for your company, and then like you ask them what the handicaps are, and then we have this guy, and I'm not going to mention his name, but he probably said he was like a 2, and he's on the range and he's just hacking it up. And out of all the people that
200?
we know, I was like, I'm not surprised that that's the one who's not good. And they're like, "How'd you shoot, man?" "Yeah, tough day out there. Track didn't play too well."
Well, have you ever tanked a game to be like,
no, it's not like taking care of business with Spencer Barnes where he tanks the tennis match. But no, if in our business, I think if somebody got mad that we beat them, and when we play golf with customers, we're never really playing for money because you're never going to make them pay.
Yep.
Yeah. But what if they're like, "Hey man, let's make this interesting, like $100?
Yeah, sure, but then you'll just be like, "Hey man, just."
Yeah, exactly.
You're never going to take the money from the customer.
Why don't I just give you want $100? Just give you $100.
Yeah, that's I don't know. I think like we talked about is the golf outings with customers are the best. Tough in our world though is not a lot of the guys we sell to are golfers.
They like to go sometimes, but they're like not competitive and
the customer
You gotta
golf
be careful.
outings. And then you have like the partner golf outing.
A whole different story.
I am the king.
Whole other world.
Darren and Brian are the kings of partner golf outings.
King of partner golf.
Anything goes at the partner golf outings.
We stack the teams. There's like scratch golfers and people playing college against people that never, they're like 20 handicaps.
I mean, could you imagine if in Chicago if weather was nice all year round? Like we'd be. I mean, I'm already exhausted from this season. We got a guy that's a VP at a different company I was golfing with in Florida, and he's at 97 rounds played this year.
Oh my goodness!
And he's trying to get to 100.
The thing is, I don't think you'd play as much because you have the full year to kind of play instead of squeezing it into.
No, I think we played just
Really?
as much.
You would keep it, you would keep it pretty.
100 rounds. It's twice a week. That's getting after it.
That's for sure getting after it.
Well, I think being a member of a country club and making more.
Yeah. Is he a member of that guy?
Yeah.
The VP?
No, he's not a member.
That's expensive.
It's expensive, and well, he comes with me, so it's expensive. It's a lot of time, but he's the type of guy that it will be like 3:34. He's kind of done with work when sun stays out late, and he'll be like, "I'll just go roll through 18 real quick."
Yeah.
So, there's those type of guys, which I'm not. That emergency 9 or emergency 18, I don't mind it, but I'd rather have my day set, know that I'm going to go golfing at 10 or 11 o'clock and then just finish it from there.
Like when I went golfing at Ridgemore, hey, this is going to be the whole day, Marty. Here's the plan. Here's the agenda.
We got breakfast in the morning.
Full day.
I'm spending the entire day there and evening.
Well, the worst part is when you go golfing with people at the club, and then they're like, I got to leave right away. And like, well, we're not going to sit down, have some drinks, decompress, talk about the rounds, what we should have shot, and all that kind of
Where
stuff.
to send a PO at?
Yeah.
Well, then it comes to I don't know if Daddy D knows this, but Brian knows my rule. When you're out with clients, you're always last man standing. You do not go home until the last client goes home. And I say that when I went home early the other day, but when I was younger,
Well,
with
a partner client versus a end user customer client.
oh sure. But even when
if I were you and your customers, yeah. But if I was me and like these guys that I'm going out with, I'll leave.
Really, yeah. Even it was with the partners when I was doing that other company. I would always be like, and it just gave me an excuse to stay out later. Like we go to dinner at like Del Frisco's when it was open, and then like, all right, we're going to Tavern and Rush. And we go to Tavern and Rush. And then I'm like, should we go to Dublin's? And then like half the people are like, I'm going home. Then the two people are like, oh, we'll go to Dublin's. So then I'll go to Dublin's. And then you just add Dublin's.
And then you tell your boss next day, hey man, I was out with these guys.
Hey, you know what? I talked a lot of business.
Yeah.
And then you get that 4:30 or depends on the time, 4:30 tab going on, and they're gone, and you never talk to them again.
But if you want to get out of it, like there's the move, like the handoff. Like you have to have somebody, that comes, later. It's going to be like the late night person, like these two people are getting along, or like there's some girls or whatever. You have to find somebody if you want to get out early. You have to find somebody to hand them off.
Oh, you don't pull the Darren to the bathroom and walk out the front door. The Houdini.
No.
Well, because most of the time we're paying the tab. So if you leave on the tab, then it's just like. And I don't know. Like,
I got zero excuses. Like, I got my family, the kids. I'm like, what's wrong, Darren? I'm like, I'm just tired.
I'm gonna go home.
I got a conference call at noon tomorrow.
Yeah, but if you leave early, I just tell the bartender, be like, hey, like, running up to whatever, X amount of dollars. Here's a tip. Just give me the receipt right now. Charge you for it, and
Yeah, unfortunately, those days have not been around all year. Kind of sucks. I miss them. I miss Tavern. I miss Dublin's.
Right. But to your point,
clicking away and being done with it.
So I'm a big Southwest guy too, and book through Concur. But to your point, there are some flights on Southwest.com that don't make it, super safe.
And I don't stop. I fly direct, and I would rather go pay it on my own to fly direct than have a stop and layover somewhere. I shit you not.
I believe you.
I paid an extra $100 some bucks. We're going to Steamboat in February, and you can now fly direct in American Airlines to Steamboat. I'm like, I'm not going to use my Southwest points and fly free in the Denver and then hop over to Steamboat.
Yeah.
I'm going direct.
Yeah.
I'm up in the air. I'm going.
Denver Airport has a great smoking lounge though. It's like an indoor where you can go smoke. You walk in there just like, whoa, what's going on here?
Well, I do have an open +1 spot, so keep
Steamboat?
that on your short list. February 4th. So keep it on your short list. I'm looking for
February
someone.
4th, and we go straight to Arizona after.
We could. So it's February 4th to the 8th, and then we go to Arizona.
Arizona would be before.
What's
I
that,
think
waste
I'd prefer
management?
after, so we can maybe have our sales kickoff together, because it's going to be next week. So
Their sales kickoff isn't virtual?
it is virtual. But it's like,
Well, so you're going to be there during Waste Management and Steamboat.
Sure, I'm not a big Waste Management
No, I know.
fan. I'm a big Scottsdale fan, but not Waste
How
Management.
long are you going to? We'll talk off the air.
Are fans concerned about our schedules? I doubt it.
Maybe you can broadcast live.
Season 2
Steamboat.
is slowly just
gotta start-
dying right now.
Next thing you know, we have 4 followers.
We gotta start taking a sneaky par show on the road.
Yeah, like you guys, we don't care about your work. We don't care about your personal schedules.
We're
You're
gonna we're gonna cut so much out of this one.
Yeah. But no, we try to get some guests. We're gonna have this season's gonna be great. We're gonna get a new theme song. I'll work on that for the intro. We got people lined up to come in. We're gonna go up to a different location next week.
Tremendous amount of guests.
Tremendous amount of guests.
I'm excited for next week.
I got a big, it's kind of a surprise. It's nothing crazy, but I got a good thing I think planned to talk about the numbers.
Big Christmas party being planned.
I mean, we're going to celebrate a hell of a 2020 during COVID times for the Sneaky Park group.
Speaking of COVID times, I would like to talk about Daddy D's new COVID habits. So I've heard that you walk 3 miles a day,
Oh yeah.
do 100 push-ups, and you purchased a Peloton.
Peloton.
And I'm calling BS.
The goal is 100 a day. Did 100 a day.
The
100
goal.
push-ups a day. You'd be ignorant if you thought I did it every day.
do you do it all at once, or do you space it out?
I space out.
Yeah.
I'm not an animal.
Yeah.
And then Marty and I walk into the office was part of my walks that we did. That was 6 miles there and back. I didn't do it every single day, but that was and I bought a Peloton. And I ride like 3 or 4 days a week. Yes, I'm not an idiot. It's not every day.
How's the Peloton?
Some days
Is
it's
it worth
good.
it?
Yeah, I don't like running or walking, but
Yeah, no.
the riding
It's
is good.
okay. I got the fight camp, which
Yeah.
is the box.
We're gonna do a
we're gonna do a little swappy.
little
It'll be
little
fun.
circuit training where I do Peloton, he does his boxing, then we got to run between each other's houses, which is like a half a mile.
We're both walking midway through.
Yeah. I'll meet you at the Starbucks.
Hey, dare meet at Smoke Daddy and
Wait, does the Peloton coaches make a difference for you?
Does it what?
Do the Peloton people on the coaches?
Yeah, it helps out, but I'm also going against a lot of people. So some of the partners I work with, there's like we have 160 people, and I did actually
wow.
a ride with our company this Wednesday, which 8:30 in the morning. So it keeps you motivated to do, and you're competing, which is fine. But Brian, you are also not the only one that called me out on that. When that came out on that partner summit, I was my phone was blowing up for a full day about like, okay, Darren, yeah, right. I guess I worded it wrong.
yeah. These are where I strive to be every day, and I hit it all the time. But,
Bullshit.
Are we still on Twitter?
yeah. So
right.
we have way more engagement on Instagram than Twitter, and we have a lot more. Not a lot more, but we have about 50% more followers on Twitter. And I think Twitter's trash.
Yeah.
Like all people do there is they're just angry.
I wanted to say something.
I just wanted to give you a heads up that I actually deleted my Twitter account. So.
Okay.
Not gonna be
No,
this
like
if you
when I
wanna follow.
post the stuff, I have to post on Instagram, and Instagram posts to Facebook at the same time. But I do Twitter by itself because the pictures show up better, and then I got to post on YouTube. But Twitter,
we're gonna go to TikTok. Just move to our whole.
well, interesting thing, Dale.
TikTok's a lot of work.
I put Daddy D in charge of TikTok, and he opened an account.
Yeah.
And
So is it
there's
just him on a Peloton?
there's one video.
The video that like you're not even in the video.
That's great. Maybe I will do one now. Peloton naked.
Yeah.
Naked Peloton.
Daddy.
Yeah. Daddy D's naked ride.
Yeah.
So you should be a coach, and then you make a naked Peloton ride. But no,
Oh yeah, the signups with this.
if I look at Twitter, I'm not going to tell
And
you
just
how
don't
many
put a seat on the
followers.
bike.
Oh, can't sit down naked Peloton ride.
So I said we're back, and like nobody did anything on there, and we have more followers. I just think there's a lot more trash followers. I did get some dude asked, "Hello, how am I today?" And then this girl Gwen sent me a naked picture in all these weird little terms, which is obviously a bot.
Marty's not sharing that
Oh,
at
do you know
all.
how many bots I get of just naked girls? I'm just like, I don't.
Oh,
know.
what? I know it's rough.
Apparently, they're all bots. They're all
Apparently, I'm
bots.
on a different algorithm than you are.
This one, look at this bot. Look at this one. This is what they said. It's ridiculous.
You know Tiffany too?
Yeah, that's Victoria.
Oh my god.
And they all say like they don't know. They only they think our last name. They go, "Hey, Par." They don't know I think our name's Par. Thank you for being my friend. So whatever our girl is doing,
Yeah, whatever algorithm we got to
Well,
skew it a little bit more.
No
towards
wonder
the
you
goal.
never like respond back. You're just on there all the time.
it's creepy to me. Like their pictures are always really pretty, and then the real one is a separate name. And our social media girl, I asked her, Well, I cut her hours down because I was paying her for 30 hours a week, and it was getting just too expensive.
30 hours?
Yeah.
What? That's a full-time job.
I know. And that's why when I said, hey, I'm cutting you down to like 10, she's like, you really need to do 20 to make it worth it. I go, you're getting 10. And then she goes, well, how about 13? I go, you're getting 10.
Wow.
What was 13? That was quite a random number.
Quite a random number she threw out there.
What's 13?
Listen,
She knows he's done.
the numbers are still going up. I mean, Twitter is, this is my point of Twitter is a lot of trash. And nobody's like liking or retweeting. At least on Instagram, when I get hit up by people, they're like, "Hey man, love the show. Hey, this hat looks great." Like, and it's not just our friends; it's random people that are doing it. So it's slowly being built. And I sent to Daddy D the other day this girl who's the golfer girl, Emily, and she said that she would give us a shout out. And I didn't know what she was talking about, but it was like $400, and she'd give us a shout out on her story saying, "Hey, go follow my guys at Sneaky Par and go buy their merchandise." And she's like, you'll get anywhere from 50 to 75,000 views of her post of the story to her story. So I wanted to do it just to kind of see
if it really is worth it.
No, and the other girl that was going to do it that never did, she was 800, but she was going to do a video for 45 seconds, like, hey, check out my friends at Sneaky Par, blah blah blah. This girl, I think, wants to have like her swing a club, and I didn't. Did you read the email?
Yeah.
I didn't understand it, so I don't know if I send her like Sneaky Par gear and then she wears it and says, "Hey, go check out my friend." That I will do that. I think that's worth $400 because the other girl wanted $1,500 to promote her actual. Gear. So I got to get a little clarification from her on what it is, but
aren't we supposed to be the guys that are good enough to not need that?
Well, no, and Daddy
we will give Darren a swing. Have Darren swing a club.
Yeah, I'll swing a club on my Peloton.
That's a TikTok right there.
No, but no. The point is that it's still organic. It's people who follow her. We assume good-looking girls in golf that they'll see that and be like, oh, well, she likes Sneaky Par. Let me go see what these guys are up to and maybe find. It's $400, and I know it's not nothing, but it's interesting to say, hey, is this worth it for a girl who has this many followers to see if we see a spike? I don't even care about sales of the equipment. I just want to see if we get a spike.
How much
would
it cost for Cardi B to do something?
See, that's
she's on the to-do list too, right, Dahlia?
That's what I'm saying. We got to go.
Yeah, she's down there.
Well, we got Jordan 1.
Yeah.
Round with Jordan 1.
Okay, Jordan's
Cardi B doing the TikTok for us.
we got to go big, like Kardashians.
Yeah, I mean, we're close.
Paris
guys.
Hilton.
I've been telling you two. You should do. One of you guys should release a sex tape. Get some.
There's one thing that needs to happen for that to happen.
We want followers, though. Not.
Yeah.
It would require us to have sex.
Oh, we would get followers, but not.
The other thing I'm working on too is, you guys don't know this, but it's going to be a new product launch for the Sneaky Par.
I mean, as long as you're working on it and I'm not working on it,
you were supposed to work on
the.
You were supposed to work on the fucking hoodie, and you've done nothing. Zero.
Can you do a vest? Sure. Can you do a vest? Can you work on a vest?
One of our followers shit on it.
Of course he did. He
shits on everything.
Right. And then, like you said, it was too expensive.
Let's do a vest. Can you do a vest?
What do you want on it? Like, do you want like ChiTown approved type of thing? We can sell that. I don't know what you need.
It's got shishito peppers.
I did. Well, that was my thing. I wanted shishito peppers on like.
No, we want people that actually want to be able to wear it.
See, that's the problem. All my ideas I came up with, Marty's like, no, you want people to wear this.
Yeah. But who's going to buy something with a shishito pepper on it?
You can't really see the shishito peppers.
The farmers who sell shishito peppers don't even want.
It looks like camouflage.
No, if you had like ChiTown approved, kind of like a political thing with a shishito pepper like in there, like kind of thing, I think that would be, somebody would wear that and think it's funny.
All right. Back to the Twitter account though.
Yes, please. You want to see more pictures?
I'm also. So I deleted my Twitter account. I am done with Twitter trolls because of the Tiger Woods HBO documentary. When they released it, everybody's like, "Oh, I'm not gonna watch this. Looks horrible. This is ridiculous." A guy, and it's like, I don't care. Nor does HBO. If you're going to watch it or not. If you want to watch
the HBO one or the ESPN one?
HBO one.
Why would people say they're not going to watch it?
Right. That's exactly my point. People are just trying to be negative to be negative. So like,
that goes back to my thing. Go read listen to the Freakonomics negative podcast.
So they're just like saying like, oh, I'm not going to watch it. Looks stupid. Like nobody cares, right? If you want to watch it and then comment on it, go ahead. But nobody.
So now I'm going to have to line up 3 audios and videos.
What are you doing? What else you got to do?
Just get angry and Dallas like, do it this way.
Hey, that's not right.
You can't leave your house anyway for the next couple of weeks.
I've been to a
Next couple
couple
years.
places where it's just fine, like the old days. I saw some guys trying to pick up some girls at a table, and they were all into it. Yeah, I was like, "What is going on?"
I saw that 300-person party in the basement in your neighborhood.
Did you see that?
I did not go.
I mean, it looked awesome.
They're supposed to put a roof deck.
Yeah,
top on that
they won't.
building.
They won't accept that. Now.
That's not going to. They said, I read the article, like some neighborhood leader says they can't trust these people now. So,
You can't trust anybody.
all right, well, guys, I mean, good opening show. We're not going to call it the premiere. We're going to save that for next week. We will be across borders,
We will be.
so we will not be coming to you live from
ChiTown near ChiTown's
near
house.
ChiTown. We will definitely quarantine on the way back if so called as needed here.
What do they call it? Milwaukee.
No. Come on, Dally. You can't be telling people where we're going. We're gonna have fans out there stalking us. now.
They show up.
But no. So next week that will be kind of the official kickoff to season 2. We're gonna have good stuff this season. It's gonna be a cool little venue. I'm excited to see it.
It's awesome.
One of our friends opened up a place up there, so we'll see it. I'm gonna try to hire a videographer to come like follow us around and shit like that
Wow.
for the first like just 5 minutes, or kind of videotape us the whole time and like
Behind the scenes.
not like splice it into a video. But there's a couple people I found in Milwaukee. But
I need to call my buddy again.
yeah, I know.
He's never been.
Like in Chicago, there's a bunch of them, and some range from like $50. Some are like, you look at their jobs, there's like $1,500, and it's like we're not spending that for a little short clip. So we'll be up there. Brian, we're gonna miss you.
Are you going to put me like on a Zoom on an iPad, like on a robot, where I can just kind of
Well,
follow
what
you
we're going to
around?
do is we're going to put you on a Zoom. And then what I want to do is now we can hook our camera up to the mixer with the Zoom. So we can use our camera instead of the laptop camera on Zoom. So we'll look good. We can use the microphones because I'll Bluetooth the computer into the mixer as well. And then
Really?
Brian will be live and we can kind of splice you on, I think.
Awesome. Then when
I'm
we,
like,
Yeah, that sounded
when we come back, when we come back to the studio, just text me your results of your COVID tests, and I'll be all good to go.
we do every time, Brian.
Yeah.
Brian's the COVID police over here right now, and you'd be shocked that I wouldn't say I'm breaking the rules, but I'm living the rules on the edge, and I have not gotten it yet. So that's a positive.
I traveled, I golfed, I went to bars and restaurants, but I got it at my house.
I was in Florida at a
Yeah.
bar that was 3 people deep, and it was just fine. Look at Brian.
I don't know if he's more.
My parents had COVID too, and they're over it. So I mean, it sucks,
How
but
did your parents get it?
I don't know.
that's what
they
we're
don't
saying.
do anything.
You're gonna get
You
it.
haven't had it though.
No, see exactly. That's what everybody says. Like they kind of follow the rules. I mean, they
Or he might have had it, but it was asymptomatic.
Yeah, I feel like Marty's a super spreader in Chicago.
I'm actually, whatever my diet and whatever my drinks are and whatever I do is probably the cure. Because
I was talking to
Stop drinking then.
I was talking to my.
listen, I drink maybe Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I don't drink Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I don't go home and have a glass or two of wine. I can't do it.
I don't do
I
that
sit
either.
on the couch and I do nothing. I cannot have like 1 or 2 drinks and go to bed.
I was talking to my parents on the way here. My dad's buddy gave blood for all this, so then they found the COVID antibodies in him, in his blood.
So you had it.
And he tested positive. Interesting. So put that on the air. CNN.
No, now this is going to be blocked now because
Yeah, it's gonna be fake news.
Yeah.
Twitter's gonna.
I don't know. I don't know
Facebook
who
wants
did
nothing to do with this.
Dear Trump, listen to this one.
I was actually surprised that I tested negative this last time because I thought they're just going to give me a positive result because I still can't taste.
But speaking of results, I don't think we ever got the results from all the gambling we did in the Masters.
0.
Yeah, no, zero.
We all
I didn't
put up a
win. We didn't
big
win one.
goose egg?
Finale laid up a
Nobody
goose
won
egg.
that.
Nobody won.
Nothing?
Nothing.
No, but
Zero?
you guys do owe. So we did the.
Oh, yeah. I thought did I not pay you?
I feel like I paid everybody.
So no, we were when Dinsey was here for the Masters. That bet we're giving that forward to our buddy who owns 9 restaurants in Chicago.
Oh, gotcha.
To give out as gift certificates so people come to and order his restaurant. So I don't know. I have to check if you guys did, but it's kind of a cool thing by the guy who won it, saying, "Hey, just donate it to the restaurant."
I'm already sponsoring this restaurant in other ways.
We all are. So all right, well, we'll check you next week. Should be fun. We'll probably be dropping that episode on a Friday next week. So those who are waiting by their computers at midnight on
I'm sure
Thursday
they're,
night,
they're refreshing at a furious pace.
furious pace. I'm going to call Apple and let them know that, hey, you're going to see a lot more uptick in traffic on that Friday versus the Thursday usually. But should be fun. We're excited about it. ChiTown will miss you, but
I don't think you get it done on Friday. It would take you a whole weekend to edit all that stuff.
Yeah, you might be right.
well, I mean, if I had some help from my teammates,
I don't know how many people can edit.
a lot of people can.
I
edit.
believe I
time?
made my contribution to this very clear when I started.
Yeah. Yeah. As little as possible. So, all right. Well, we'll see you next week, and looking forward to it.
Welcome to the Sneaky Par Show, where amateur hacks try to balance shitty golf between careers, dating, marriage, and everyday life. Over to you guys.